Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into something pretty awesome today.
Yeah,
We're talking 3D printed homes,
absolutely.
which is something that I think a lot of people have heard about. They've seen little snippets on the news or online or whatnot.
Yeah, little glimpses into the future.
Yeah. But we're going to kind of do a deeper dive today into how this is actually impacting
Right.
urban planning and development.
Absolutely. And it's already happening.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't just like some far-off futuristic thing. It's like happening now.
It's so interesting to me because I feel like when I first heard about it years ago, it was like, oh, that's a cool concept. But I didn't really think it was going to be practical or scalable or anything like that.
It seemed very pie in the sky, didn't it?
Totally.
But it makes a lot of sense when you think about just the evolution of how we build things,
Yeah.
We've been doing stick-built construction for hundreds of years, and that works, but it's got its issues.
Totally. And it's like a natural progression to me. I mean, we 3D print so many other things nowadays, like why not a house?
Exactly. And it solves a lot of problems that come with traditional construction.
Okay, so let's talk about that because one of the big things I keep hearing is about sustainability.
Yeah.
Like, how are 3D printed homes better for the environment?
Well, think about it like this.
Okay.
Traditional construction, so much waste, right? Ordering too much lumber offcuts, all that stuff going into landfills.
Yeah.
3D printing, you're using exactly the amount of material you need.
Oh, wow.
Like down to the ounce.
Interesting.
And on top of that, you can use recycled materials.
Okay, yeah.
Like we're seeing houses printed from recycled plastic.
Wow.
Even concrete alternatives like hempcrete, which
Right.
it's this biocomposite made from hemp fibers and lime.
Huh. Interesting.
And it's super strong and sustainable.
So wait a minute. So you're telling me that you can have a house made out of like recycled plastic bottles?
Yeah. In a way, yeah. It's more like the plastic is processed and turned into a filament that the printer uses, but yeah, the idea is there.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the waste reduction is huge. We're talking up to 80% less waste.
80%.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That's incredible. Okay, so we've got sustainability, but what about design?
Oh, yeah.
Because in my head, I'm still picturing kind of like these boxy,
Right.
futuristic looking things.
Yeah, no, that's not necessarily the case.
Okay.
One of the coolest things about 3D printing is the design freedom it gives you.
Oh, really?
You can create curves, organic shapes, things that would be really difficult and expensive with traditional methods.
Oh.
There's this technique called contour crafting,
Okay.
where they basically extrude the concrete in a continuous way, so you get these really smooth flowing designs.
So you're saying no more cookie cutter houses?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can still do those if you want, but the potential is there for some really unique architecture.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about the bigger picture.
Sure.
How is 3D printing impacting communities, especially in cities where affordable housing is such a big issue?
Yeah, that's a key point because one of the promises of 3D printing is its potential to increase the supply of affordable housing.
Okay.
Because it's more efficient, you need less labor, and the materials can be cheaper overall.
So it's just cheaper to build a house?
Potentially, yeah. And that cost saving could be passed on to make housing more affordable.
That's huge.
Hmm.
I mean, could this help create more diverse and inclusive communities then?
Absolutely. If people who have been priced out of certain areas suddenly have access to affordable housing, that opens up all sorts of possibilities.
Yeah, that's a really cool thought. Like you could have people from all walks of life living in the same neighborhoods.
Exactly. And that's a good thing for everyone. It brings new perspectives, new ideas.
It's a win-win.
Right.
Okay, but let's be real for a second.
Uh-huh.
There have to be some challenges with this technology too, right? It can't all be sunshine and roses.
Of course, not every new technology has its growing pains.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest hurdles right now is navigating building codes and regulations.
Right, because those are all written for traditional construction.
Exactly. They weren't designed with 3D printing in mind, so there's a lot of catching up to do.
So how are cities dealing with that?
Well, some are being proactive and developing new codes specifically for 3D printed structures, focusing on things like structural integrity, fire safety, energy efficiency, all that good stuff.
Makes sense.
And there's a lot of collaboration happening between city planners, architects, engineers, and the 3D printing companies themselves.
Yeah.
To figure out how to do this right.
It sounds like there's still a lot of work to be done, but the potential is huge.
It is.
More sustainable, more affordable, more creative. I mean, it's pretty exciting to think about.
It is. And, it's not just theoretical either.
Oh, yeah.
There was a story recently about a community in Mexico that used 3D printing to build homes for families who were displaced by an earthquake. Wow. It was really inspiring to see how this technology can be used to address real-world problems in a compassionate way.
That's incredible. Okay, so it sounds like we're at a really pivotal moment.
We are.
It feels like 3D printed homes are going to be a big part of the future of housing.
They very well could be.
And it makes me wonder, what will our cities look like in 10, 20 years?
Yeah, what will be possible with this technology as it continues to evolve?
What kind of crazy designs will we see?
Exactly. And how will it change the way we live and interact with our communities? It's an exciting time to be watching this all unfold.
It is for sure. Thanks for breaking it all down for us.
My pleasure.
And to everyone listening, keep an eye out for 3D printed homes because you're going to be seeing a lot more of them in the future.
You definitely will.
Until next time.